Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Resident Evil Requiem. I've been a Resident Evil fan for about 6 years now, and honestly I feel incredibly lucky to have joined at the era that I did. From Resident Evil 7 to the remakes to Village and now Resident Evil Requiem, Capcom has been on an absolute roll. So today I want to talk about the things that I'm most excited about for Resident Evil Requiem and why I think this game might end up being the best one that they've ever created. And if you like content like this, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that like button harder than you would punch a boulder out of a volcano. With that being said, let's get right into it. Since RE7, Resident Evil has been one of the most consistently great franchises in gaming. The graphics are incredible, the gameplay is addicting and rewarding, and the replayability is some of the best I've experienced in any series. I really got hooked on this series pretty easily. Every release feels polished, intentional, and confident, and that gives me a lot of trust going into Requiem. I really think whatever Capcom has stewing up for this game is going to be good, and I can't wait to experience it. The first thing I think on everybody's list for this game is that Leon is coming back, and I'm very excited to see him. Leon in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, both the originals and the remakes, is one of my favorite characters in gaming. Seeing his growth as a person and now seeing him as an older, more hardened version of himself in Requiem is incredibly exciting, and I'm so excited to see how they're going to flesh out this character more. From the limited gameplay we've seen, he looks brutal, experienced, and honestly just really cool. I love reading all of the articles about how they designed him for a specific reason, and I think he looks great. I can't wait to see how they're going to use him in this world and what badass things he's going to come up with or what the different things he's going to say is, because I think he's hilarious and one of the best written characters in gaming. I think just seeing him on the trailers is not only going to attract a bunch of people, but it's also going to make this game a significantly better experience for everybody. But Leon isn't the only character in this game. One of the great things about Resident Evil 9 so far is that it's going to have the best of both worlds with two characters that have two completely different feels. I mean, you're going to have Resident Evil 7-like gameplay with Grace, and then you're going to have Resident Evil 4-like gameplay with Leon. And I'm really excited to see how they're able to balance this. I mean, the UI, tone, and feel through Grace reminds me strictly of Resident Evil 7, and I really think that that's done on purpose, while Leon's gameplay looks just like the Resident Evil 4 remake with the more action and intense-oriented gameplay. Pulling off this balancing act is not only going to be really impressive, but I hope that they're able to do it because I really think it could make a game unlike anything else. And I really think that if any company is going to be able to do it, it's Capcom, because they've been balancing these two different gameplay styles for the better part of 2 decades now. The next thing that I think this game is really going to pull off well is going to be the environments. Everything that we've seen so far, from cinematic trailers to gameplay, just looks gorgeous. It looks seamless. It looks like it was designed with care. And I think a lot of the stuff is new. I think that some of the things we're going to see are new to us, and we've never seen Capcom try to create environments like this. But I also have noticed quite a few things in these trailers that ring familiar for me. And that's not just the RPD. I think that some of the castle-like scenes remind me a lot of Castle Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8. And I also think that the medical hospital-like environment reminds me a lot of the Resident Evil 2 remake when you first start in the Raccoon City Police Department. And I'm excited to see what diverse environments Capcom's able to dig up and provide in this game, because I really think that they're not showing their full hand here. And whatever else we're able to experience in this game really excites me. One of the lingering questions that I have about this game is, if Leon is in this game, I am forced to kind of believe that Ada Wong is too. I'd love to see where she is now. I mean, it's been 20 years since we've seen Leon in the Resident Evil 4 remake, and we also have to consider that although Resident Evil 6 is canon, it's not necessarily loved by everyone in the Resident Evil community, and I imagine that the developers are going to have to consider that a lot of people probably just haven't played that one because they're dealing with an entirely new audience. I'm excited to see if they're going to bring Ada back, because I think they should, but I'm also excited to see how they're going to write her into the story. But I also am wondering if there's other legacy characters that are going to come up, like Hunnigan, Ashley, Claire, Jill, or even Carlos from Resident Evil 3. With this being the 30-year anniversary of Resident Evil, I feel like it's the perfect time to bring back some more legacy characters and just make this game a little bit more impactful or a little bit more of a wow factor. I'm also really curious to see if Grace's mother has a big part in this game or not, because I know Resident Evil Outbreak wasn't necessarily a big game, but it is still a game, and I think this is technically a sequel to that. So I'm excited to see how Capcom's going to balance that as well. And finally, one of the biggest things that I'm excited for this game is to not just play it, but also play it multiple times. One of my favorite things about Resident Evil is the fact that you can play through it multiple times and still have a fun time because of all the post-game content that they give you. And it's not just DLC or new areas to explore, but the different overpowered weapons that you can get from completing certain challenges or just going back through in a new game plus. And also the speedrun community loves the Resident Evil franchise for a reason. It's really empowering to go back and know the answer to all the puzzles or know optimal routes or know what you can skip and what you can do to get around certain parts. And I've really fell in love with that as I've started playing Resident Evil. And I think that going back to also mop up and clean up the trophies is going to be really fun. I found that Capcom is pretty fair with their trophies, while some companies can make some really annoying challenges that make you play the game 6, 7, 8, 9 times. I think that as of late, Capcom has done a really good job, and I've earned quite a few platinum trophies on Resident Evil games, and I can't wait to dip and dive quite a few hours into this game to try to earn all 49 trophies and the platinum trophy in this big 30-year anniversary release. When it comes to Resident Evil Requiem, Capcom has been kind of cheeky with the information that they're releasing on it, and I think that's their plan. I really think that Capcom has a lot of confidence in this one because it took them so long to develop it, and it has such a big budget, and I really think that they just want to give something great to continue with this momentum that they've had over the past decade or so. And because of that, I really don't think that they have shown us a lot of what's in this game. I think that we've seen a lot of things, but I don't think that that's even close to all the really cool moments that we're going to have in this game. I think there's going to be a lot of twists, a lot of surprises, and I'm really excited to see what they have that they're hiding from us and experience it for the first time organically, because, I mean, that's what everyone really loves, experiencing things organically and getting that wow factor when you're playing it. And I really think that this game has the opportunity to do that, and I think that's absolutely within Capcom's plans. But those are just the things that I'm excited for. I'm sure there's other things that other people are excited for, or perhaps some things that I'm just not mentioning or wording properly. So let me know what you think in the comments. Are you excited for this game? Do you think it's going to be big? Do you think it's going to be a flop? Let me know. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments, and I can't wait to talk to you in the next one.